इंटर्नशिप फेज होता है ना, वो बहुत बिगिनर होता है, क्योंकि कभी प्रिपेयर करा नहीं होता है, तो समझ नहीं आता है कि करना कैसे है.
Right.
तो पहले तो मैंने आई यूज्ड टू डू ऑल द वीडियोस, मतलब आई हैव डन एनाटॉमी फॉर 20 days व्हिच वाज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड, बट एंड देन आई कुड नॉट रिवाइज इट, तो उसका मतलब भी नहीं निकला. पर ये थोड़ा सा बाद में समझ आता है. तो फिर मतलब ऐसे धीरे धीरे एक एक सब्जेक्ट हुआ. पहली रीडिंग में टाइम लगा और रिवाइज थोड़ा सा कर लेती थी मैं. और मतलब बेसिकली वन थिंग जो जो बेस्ट चीज मुझे लगी वो ये है कि अपना 4-5 का ग्रुप पकड़ो, सिर्फ 4-5 का, मैक्स टू मैक्स, और उसमें तुमको सामने वाले का क्लियर कराना है एंड द अदर पर्सन हैज टू गेट यू क्लियर. क्योंकि प्राइवेट कॉलेज में थोड़ा,
इफ यू कैन, थोड़ा हिंदी इंग्लिश
yes,
मिक्स.
yes ma'am. So basically what happens in a private college, there is a lack of atmosphere. Not everybody is studying, and specifically us as interns, so we were ineligible. Starting se we knew that we would be ineligible. We got eligible on 7th of Feb. So, but me and I had 2-3 of my friends, and one I had a friend from a government college from GMC Bhopal. I had BCom was my friend. So basically we were there 3-4 people, and we used to be like, "Nahi, we have to do it." So the first thing that we did was study every day. We came back from postings. We sometimes the posting used to end at 1 o'clock, sometimes 2, sometimes it even went to 4. But then you have a 1 hour break, 1.5 hour break, thoda sa take a nap, and then you can at least study for 4 to 5 hours that day itself. One thing that I did. Second, I did not watch all the videos. For anatomy and physio, I just did the rapid revision. That too in February. Once I did anatomy back then 20 days, but then I just switched to rapid revision, and I revised that rapid revision thrice because it was 10 lectures. So I would go like 2 lectures a day of anatomy every day. I have to do in Feb. So that gave me a hand over it. And rest I did for most of my subjects I did marrow. I had edition 4. Now edition 4 I personally think was a very good edition because it was concise yet not too less that you feel unsatisfied. Exactly. So I had edition 4, and I even did my obs gynae from edition 4, and the questions were solvable even with edition 4. So that was easy to revise.
Yeah.
So, and last May, when we were like, when after 7th of February, we were like that we have to give the paper, then I started doing Zainab. Zainab ma'am was the game changer. She came into my life. She came into my life when my GT score was 500 after months, and I technically did not prepare for months. I left studying in January because we were like that we won't be allowed to give the exam. I mean, there were court cases, everything was going on, and people around us did not even want to give the exam. So Zainab ma'am came in, and then I started doing MER and BTR, and I mostly did all the free content. I did not buy an academy. I did the free content, but it was sufficient. Exactly. So and I used to revise those things. Now that is the most high thing. So now if you've revised the BTR video thrice, so and questions inevitably came from that. And since I did not understand how to prepare in the initial days, last days I did not have a perfect choti copy. I had some things written. I had some sticky notes on my wall. I had all of this. So the ma'am's 3-day BTR, I got a PDF of that. I did not watch those lectures, but I did a PDF of that. And last 7 days, I made sure, last 3-4 days, I made sure that I will do at least this. There were 600 slides.
Okay.
3 days, 600 slides, 2 hours, 3 hours a day, I used to give it to that. Okay. And a lot of questions directly came from that. So during the exam, when you know that I have this, I revised IPCs in the morning. It said it's not advisable to read anything in the morning, but one milestones. I revised them in the morning because you don't remember them. And 314 came in the paper. So that gives you a little confidence. See, I read this just now. So that gives you confidence. So that is how it happened, and it was very unexpected for me. Because I was All India 25,000 in my UG.
Okay.
And we had all this, and even at my home, I told that I'm just giving a blind attempt. I don't know what will happen. And we had a lot of confusion, specifically from December. From December itself, we were like, we won't be eligible to give the paper. So by January, I wasted 15 complete days in January because of all that. Then first it was March 30, then it was June 30, and then it came to 11th of August. So, but the whole thing is, if you studied throughout, and if you have even studied for 4 to 5 hours a day sincerely, specifically in your internship attempt, because a lot of subjects are fresh. you know surgery, you have just read it. If you just flip the pages, if just take 1 unit of surgery, just flip the pages in the starting initial months itself, so you will not forget surgery. And
सही बात
surgery,
है, true.
obs-gynae make a major chunk.
Major thing.
I had not done, and you know medicine. So my first thing is, don't forget your final prof subjects for doing your first and second prof
बिल्कुल,
subjects. Keep some slots for them, so you will never lose a touch with them.
बिल्कुल.
So
So
this
basic
is
ideology is study daily. Don't forget your final year subjects. OBGY surgery are very important, and MER, BTR are game changers. And last may concise notes, in short.
exactly.
That's all.
Make everything as small as possible. Anesthesia, 5 pages, only the content only revision notes. Only the content which I did not remember, I wrote them in 3 or 4 pages, like capnography, graphs, and agent of choice. I wrote them, or daycare anesthesia, and I just flipped that in the last 7 days. And this, everybody says this, and this I think worked for me. That revise as much as possible in the last 7 days, and you will only be able to do that when you have it in chotu chotu, only the portion that you do not remember.
True.
This I think this
To be
is it.
very honest, multiple revisions actually change the game, to be very frank. I agree.
And high yield content, because once you saw BTR, now that same question came in GT. So you will automatically have such, you will develop faith, and second, your confidence will increase. This dot ends, see, like vitamins, they directly ask you which enzyme. You read the enzymes, you wrote the enzymes, you know that, and at least 3 or 4 times enzyme question have come in GTs.
Right.
So you do it 3 to 4 times, and then you are like, this question I will not get wrong.
Right.
And everybody does silly mistakes in exam. I did optic, I have left, right, galat kar. I did that wrong. So everybody is bound to do a little silly mistake, and you have a lot of room. You have 50 questions that you can get wrong in 1,000. There, see, what I was aiming for, I was aiming from 1,000 to 5,000. That I'll get a state good college, and this is a doable target for internship. So that may, if you see that your target is doable,
3-digit rank, moving under 200. Amazing. Amazing. Just amazing.
It's still unbelievable. So
People are asking where you solved MCQ, like Marrow Q Bank or some other.
I did Marrow Q Bank when I was in my profs. Right now, I could not have done it. I did previous year questions, and at the last I only did previous year questions, because that was exactly what was asked.
Exactly. वही तो आता है, और क्या आता है? Like from past 6 months, I'm shouting on this channel, do previous year topics, do previous year. वही आया है पूरा paper. Exactly.
This is what I did. I did not solve the whole Marrow Q Bank. That is, that was not possible. And for anyone who's in their prof, study your profs well. You will recall questions in exam that you haven't studied during your internship. But parotid fascia, prof में पढ़ा था, and you remember कि हाँ, this pain enlargement. So you study your profs well. You will recall certain things that you haven't even read in the last 2 years or something. It will pop up.
Exactly. People are asking sources for MCQ if it is for a second year medico.
If you're in second year, you have ample amount of time. You can do any question bank available. You have so much time. Do the entire question bank, no issues. You have time. In internship, don't do the whole question bank. But when you are in your profs, I think you can do the whole question bank. Just solve those. And if something, I used to do that, if something is recent NEET, that I have to know. If something I think that this question is very high-fi, I'll be like, chalo chodo, you leave it. So this is what
people are asking
I used to do.
For repeater.
You first of all believe that you can. Means trust me that, because when you see that your target is doable, you will want to do it. So first is, I from 25,000 in my UG came to this, and only because I believed कि it ho jayega, it will be possible, and keep some side hobbies. Keep 1 hour of some yoga or some dance or whatever you like. Keep 1 hour of that. That is very important. That refreshment is very important, specifically when it becomes so monotonous. So you need 1 hour for physical activity. Keep that.
Did you join dance? People are asking.
No.
To one resource.
Only Marrow. Stick to one resource. Everything has the same content. Stick to one and do that.
Cool. Stick to one resource and Zainab ma'am.
Yeah, follow Zainab ma'am blindly. I am a Zainab ma'am fan girl. Follow her blindly. She'll get you through. वो उंगली पकड़ के आपको लेके जाएगी कि आजा बच्चा चल will clear.
सही बात है. मतलब the person who follow her blindly ना, उनको पता है कि उनकी वैल्यू कितनी ज्यादा है. ऐसा नहीं कि 2-3 पीडीएफ देखा एंड यू आर ओके कि हाँ ठीक है मैम अच्छे हैं. नहीं भाई, सब कुछ देखो, एक एक चीज देखो, तब जाके डिफरेंस पता चलेगा कि उनके कंटेंट में उनके जो पढ़ाने का तरीका है, जिस तरह से उन्होंने कंसाइज किया, दैट्स अमेजिंग.
Nobody can teach in 1 hour metabolic acidosis, alkalosis, hyponatremia, everything in a 1 hour class. Not humanly, no. And question will come from that. Humanly not possible. I don't know how she does it. But she makes it very chota and then you revise it. Revising is your job.
True. Very true. So how you concise notes? People are asking that also a lot.
How did I concise my notes? See. I used to study in a notes and whatever there were specific topics that I did not remember again and again. So I see pheochromocytoma मतलब like in 4-5 lines I just wrote everything chotu. So that way means I made a very chotu copy. It was not a perfect chotu copy, but I did eventually in the last. So whatever you know what you don't remember and you know whether that is important or not. Everybody has their different weak areas. So whatever you don't remember, you write that. Prostate cancer management, 1 page. Breast cancer, all that, 1 page. Try to concise everything in 1 page.
1 page.
That is.
And Zainab ma'am, RR video you saw or just free content, right?
I free content. Only free content.
Correct. And people are asking, Rakesh sir, medicine you followed?
Deepak Marwa sir. We
is true. He is medicine god.
And we did not have a lot of time, and I think for me it turned out to be right because the questions in the paper were not that difficult. It was solvable from Deepak Marwa.
People लोगों को बहुत FOMO है, but to be honest, previous year topics मैंने खुद ने list provide करी अपने page पे. Just उतने ही core clinical टॉपिक्स आते हैं, उससे बियॉन्ड कुछ आता ही नहीं है मेडिसिन में. मेडिसिन तो फियर होना ही नहीं चाहिए. फियर शुड बी ऑन शॉर्ट सब्जेक्ट्स, बायोकेमिस्ट्री, बिकॉज वो बहुत डिफिकल्ट बनाते हैं कभी कभी शॉर्ट सब्जेक्ट्स.
Biochemistry, revise it in मतलब 20 pages में I had my entire biochemistry written that this is what I'm going to rectify, and one thing that I sincerely did was the content that I know I have to rectify, I would do that content every night. So I would do that content, and that only comes with multiple revisions, but that can be even done in 1 month. 10 times you see that biochem ka 4 pages again and again, it will be imprinted. It wouldn't go wrong in the exam then.
Right. And are you planning to give any set?
I am, like now definitely I am.
Cool, very nice.
I am planning to give.
Very nice. And all the very best for that.
Thank you, ma'am.
And कोई और tips आपको देने का मन हो?
Everybody is asking revision videos are enough. Revision videos are more than enough. 150 questions are actually easy questions. And see, there are 2 kinds of people. One are extraordinary, brilliant people. But there are like normal people like you and me. Target 1,000 to 5,000. Nobody tells you 1,000 to 5,000 is a very good range. It feels doable, and it will get you a settled career. And then see, if something feels small, chotu, so then you are able to do it, and that is actually a very good range, and that is a very achievable range, be it for anybody, be it for an intern, be it for someone who might be a repeater in their MBBS, be it anybody. 1,000 to 5,000, very attainable range. Bhikam Kurmi, thanks a lot to you. Don't ask me for tips. If there is one person who's guided me throughout that what I have to do and what I don't have to do, it is Bhikam Kurmi. Thanks a lot to him.
Heard a lot his name previous कुछ दिनों से because of but obvious reasons.
I did not read first aid. I bought my first aid right now 2 days ago. I did not have the time. There was a lot of confusion and postponement and eligible, not eligible. I did not do it, but now I will do it for the next 2 months.
People are asking how to complete all the MER, BTR and MKT. Yeah, that's a nice question.
Two videos a day. I don't know if I've completed all of them or I have not. I did 2 videos a day. I downloaded their PDF and I wrote that this is the top. Instead of MR23, I wrote this is the topic. I renamed that PDF. And I don't know, there might be some left also. I'm not saying, but I did 2 per day. 2 per day, 1.25 to 1.5x, and that to night session when you are kind of tired.
Tired. Except medicine, everything you depend on marrow.
Kind of, yes.
Actually, other than marrow, में pathology, anatomy and I feel medicine ही है जो इतने अच्छे नहीं है. Rest everything is good in marrow वैसे.
Yes, everything is good. And marrow, I anatomy only rapid revision. Doing the whole content makes no sense. Please don't do it. Please don't waste 20 days like me. Please don't.
Exactly. Focus only on previous year topics. Just pick those list of previous year topics and do it. That's all.
Rapid revision. See if you're doing your profs, then watch the main videos. If you are an intern, do rapid revision. 150 questions, pretty easily doable from rapid revision.
Question practice is really very important to pick up those buzzwords. And Zainab ma'am teaching is something like that teaches you buzzwords.
Exactly.
मैम पीएसएम कहाँ से किया है मैं बहुत वीक हूँ.
PSM edition 4 Mohit sir, and edition 4 was concise. Edition 4 felt like notes, only words written, no sentences, nothing. So I did edition 4.
Something for pharma. Garg sir.
Garg sir. Any day, Garg sir, any day.
RR videos for every subject. You don't need to do main videos to be honest. Only if you feel कि यार concept बहुत ढीला है तभी main videos देखो. And how many GT you give? हाँ, that's also a pretty good question.
That one thing I did not give GT1 because I was obviously not into the zone. Baki, have I studied or not, I would give the GT live. That keeps you time bound. Just give the GT live. Don't worry about the score because that is like a fixed. Because once you start giving GT post dated, so you lose that fear. Ki if you give it live, see if tomorrow is GT, today inevitably you will study the topics that you know are volatile and that will be asked in paper. So that is how you, throughout the year, you will do those topics multiple times before GTs.
Right. And how many like you would like to suggest? मेरे हिसाब से as much as possible. जितने हो सके.
Just do the live, do the GTs live.
Right. Yeah, medicine she did from Marva sir. DVT for any set.
I did not do DVT. I cannot comment
DVT
on
I
that.
just followed for pediatrics, opthal and radio, yeah, and that's all. So Hausenberg Stark is there, the king of live. Hi. So physiology, any good resource?
I did it from Mara. I did not have the time to think about resource because physio and anat I had left. So I did physio and anat in February. So I did not have any time. I just did it from Mara.
Cool. Actually वही है मुझे लगता है एक पैथोलॉजी के लिए देवेश सर इज लाइक गेम चेंजिंग बिकॉज ही ओनली फोकस ऑन buzzwords. People are like कि प्रीति मैम and all, yes she is good but just try to do it from देवेश sir. I am personally telling you बाकी पैथोलॉजी गेम अप इतनी ज्यादा होएगी. For anatomy Ashwini sir is definitely super cool and medicine Marwa sir, anytime Marwa sir.
I am doing Ashwini sir's videos now for INSET, मतलब rapid revision express videos.
Especially उनके जो PDF है ना for cadaver images, amazing. Will you advise doing all subjects or else can leave ENT opthal? To be very honest, I'll never suggest leave नहीं करना चाहिए कभी भी. Leave is not a great idea. मेरे को लगता है कि वैसे भी opthal थोड़ी सी मुश्किल आती है इन्हीं सेट में. Ortho and opthal are two subjects which little difficult they ask. So I personally think you should do it. You should do it. At least previous year topics. Simple strategy for any set. People are asking pick previous year topics. And the highlighted ones are the most repeated in my list. If you will see ना questions, यार एक पेपर में 4 बार उन्होंने लेप्रोसी पूछा हुआ है इन्हीं सेट के. सो अब आप छोड़ के जा ही नहीं सकते हो. 25 मस्ट नो है इनके ना, एक अलग से कॉपी बना लो 25 मस्ट नो की, और जो रिपीटेड टॉपिक्स हैं हर एक की. या मेडिटी पता नहीं यार सफिशिएंट है या नहीं, बिकॉज वी डिड बोथ अश्विनी मारवा सर.
मारवा सर. मारवा सर.
तो जो किया नहीं उसके बारे में कमेंट भी नहीं करना, बात यही है. आई जस्ट took reference for CVS a bit from Marrow, that's all. Pharma Garg sir, anytime Garg sir. RR note, someone is asking previous year topics from Marrow RR videos is fine.
If you're doing RR, मतलब yes, kind of fine. But if you're doing RR and if you have the time, do the complete RR. RR is anyways 10 lectures, 15 lectures, 100 pages notes. So if you can, then try to do the whole. If you cannot, then at least do the previous years.
4P plus medicine first read में ही combine करना चाहिए. Yes, integrate pathology, pharma, physiology and medicine as much as possible. तो आप सीवीएस अगर आप पढ़ रहे हो तो आप पहले फिजियोलॉजी से करो, फिर पैथोलॉजी से, फिर फार्मा, फिर मेडिसिन. दैट विल एक्चुअली मेक अ गुड सेंस. हाउ टू यूज फर्स्ट एड स्पेशली फॉर बायोकेमिस्ट्री or micro, I'll suggest, and hemat and psychiatry. You should actually annotate your previous year question explanation. Uh, how do you get access to different professors like Marwa sir and all? Okay, so
I
no.
bought Marva sir's medicine apps. Only the medicine app I bought, and rest I did from Arrow. And
I got
Bharti I got as complimentary.
like I got देवेश मिश्रा सर फ्रॉम टेलीग्राम. मारवा सर का ऐप ले लो, गर्ग सर की भी ऐप ले सकते हो, नहीं तो प्रेप लैडर यू कैन. नो इज नॉट ऑन प्रेप लैडर, सो एटलीस्ट नोट्स तो टेलीग्राम से मिल ही सकते हैं. वीडियोस के लिए थोड़ा सा जुगाड़ लगाना पड़ेगा, लाइक आस्क योर फ्रेंड्स. सबसे बेस्ट
borrow from friends.
Okay, he's saying Marwa sir ki app I still use it, like being a medicine resident. So yeah, he's King Kong of medicine. Okay. मैम जीवी मैम के ऑफलाइन ऑनलाइन बीटीआर के लिए एनरोल कर्नाटका चाहिए और फ्री एमईएस बीटीआर एमकेटी देखे. यार हमने तो फ्री कंटेंट देखा है. आई एम अ बिग फैन ऑफ फ्री कंटेंट. यूट्यूब पे भी जहां भी फ्री कंटेंट मिल रहा होता है सब मतलब वहां से देख लो. कुछ नहीं समझ आता टॉपिक नोट्स में से, वहां से देख लो यूट्यूब से.
Exactly. And see, if you have seen BTR and MER, so when you can just मैम का जो मैम का जो ऑफलाइन BTR होता है ना, you can just read the PDF because मैम की आवाज तुम्हारे कानों में आ जाएगी that okay, this is how she taught this is how she taught this, because it's the same content that she teaches again in 3 days.
They are asking national GT rank was same like NEET rank.
No, I till January I was at a score of 500. I started with 450, but till January I was at 500. Then when after January 15 days I took a break because all the whatever happened, because of all the postponement and not eligible and everything. Then I started doing Zainab ma'am's BTR, and then from 500 for the first time I studied for 15 days very diligently. Then I had a score of 575. Then for 4 GTs, I had a score of 570 to 580. I had this last GT rank of something 2300, 23 or 2600. So Marrow
GTs are a bit difficult, I feel.
They are difficult, but what happens once you're used to solving difficult content, sometimes this happens that when you go to the exam and there is easy questions, so you kind of make silly mistakes and come back. So don't do that also.
And ma'am is PY topics enough for scoring 140. अरे बिल्कुल यार 140 के उससे ज्यादा आएंगे. PY टॉपिक्स की इम्पोर्टेंस अभी भी आप समझ नहीं पा रहे हो, बट टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक पूरा पेपर मतलब आप मेरी 150 टॉपिक्स की लिस्ट देखो, राइट. 85 टॉपिक्स उसमें से थे, मतलब क्वेश्चंस वर रिपीटेड, मतलब 100 क्वेश्चंस स्ट्रेट फ्रॉम दैट लिस्ट. ठीक है. फर्दर आप लोगों के अगर आप बाकी के प्रीवियस ईयर टॉपिक्स लिस्ट को देखोगे तो मेजॉरिटी लाइक approximately 160 to 170 questions were from straight from previous year topics, nothing above. Ashwini sir, YouTube videos are enough. हाँ, majority topic cover हो जाते हैं.
Yes, covered.
So I guess that was a lovely interacting with you, and I hope you get a best of best rank in INICET also. And and which branch are you planning? Yeah, that's important.
Ma'am, I will very honestly tell you, there is this place in Sagar that's a government college in MP. So I was like, yeah, I have to at least score 511 because 511 pe Sagar's Obs Gynae closed last year. That was my target. Then I was somewhere I wanted to do medicine. But now since I think that I've done good and radio is a good branch and it is a relaxed life and I am someone who wants a 9 to 5 job. I don't want night shifts. I don't want all of that. So I think I'll go ahead with radio. And see, that's the point. I never thought I could do radio. So first thing, please, anybody who's watching it from a private college, please don't think that you are a private college person, so you cannot do it. Because since the advent of this online apps, everybody is studying the same content. Somebody studying in a good national level college is studying Maro. Me studying in a private college is still studying Maro. So जो एक divide था, वो बहुत हद तक that has been reduced by this online platforms.
मैम game changing platforms actually, क्योंकि पहले
Now,
लोगों को डांस की क्लासेस लगाने के लिए काफी किलोमीटर्स ट्रैवल करना पड़ता था पेरिफेरी में जो रहते थे लोग. Right.
That don't please. I had this underconfidence for a lot of time that I'm a private college ka student, and I'm a private college ka bachcha. So please don't have it. It does not define you, and you are reading the same. They are also reading BDC. You are also reading BDC. So you are reading the same content like them. So have this confidence. The books are same. Everything is same, and try to be in the first 10 of your class during the profs. Try that because step by step चीजें हो जाएगी. Once you score good, अगली बार if you score bad, you will be afraid of scoring bad, so you will eventually study. That puts you into a loop. That so anybody from prof, try studying. Don't waste your profs. And then if you don't waste your profs, internship is a very good attempt. You already know all the content. You have a command over clinical subjects. Just do first and second year. Do multiple revisions and don't run after difficult topics. Do easy topics. Easy topics come in exam. 150 questions are genuinely easy topics and repeat topics, predictable topics.
Predictable, right. Yeah, we did biochem from क्या कहते हैं Maro only, so no idea.
Maro only.
But for INICET May 2023, I'll just say pick up those previous year topic list. Try to concise your notes for most repeated topics, है ना? And now तो I'm highlighting also कि हाँ यार ये most repeated है, so पहले ही काम आसान कर दिया है. Second thing is make a separate notes for most repeated and 25 must know topics given in my feed. So that at the end of the day, because you are preparing for last 10 days, you are not preparing for your exam. ये आपका thought होना चाहिए.
This is so true. Aditya sir said this. Aditya Sanjay Gupta sir is. Zainab ma'am says this, and this is the key.
True. Last 10 days के लिए you are preparing. So आपके notes जो हैं वो एक तो concise होने चाहिए for most repeated topics. एक आपका एजेंडा ये होना चाहिए. दूसरा आपका एजेंडा होना चाहिए कि बाकी के जो previous year topics हैं उनकी आप revision जितनी बार प्लान कर सको, that's best. And third, practice a lot of questions and try to include MER BTR series as much as possible. मतलब जितना आप कर सकते हो उतना करो. It's like you don't need to be like अलग से करना. जब आपके notes में आप anesthesia पढ़ रहे हो, suppose उसमें ऑक्सीजन डिलीवरी आया तो MER में मैम ने ऑक्सीजन डिलीवरी दिया, वहीं से उसी टाइम कवर कर लो. ऐसे अलग से प्लान नहीं करना कि यार 1 घंटा MER को देना है, नहीं, साथ साथ कर लो. That's all. Notes concise, practice a lot of questions and stick to only previous year topics and go in depth of previous year topics. Like, I mean, previous year topics should be done like in so much depth and so much like mnemonics बना के याद करो उनको, उनकी एक information, एक word याद होना चाहिए, because in INICET they will ask you match the following type of questions, right? So for that you specific words, buzzwords पता होने बहुत जरूरी है हर चीज के. So yeah. MER, BTR, PYQ, and rapid revision is goal. Yes, perfect.
More than sufficient. Matlab that is the like diamond thing. More than sufficient for that.
I should
But
do live.
revise it. Revising is your job.
I am too shy to do live. Earlier, I was planning to do on Telegram. Then I was like, okay, she is coming. I'll do on Instagram. Bye bye. Take care. And thanks for joining. First aid is important for biochemistry, micro, hemat, and psychiatry. Yeah. स्पेशली इतने के लिए तो कर ही लो एटलीस्ट, बाकी के लिए कर पाओ या नहीं. एक बार और समराइज कर देते हैं. MER, BTR, all the previous year topics, concise your most repeated topics and 25 must know. उनके एक अलग से नोट्स बना लो. लास्ट 10 days के लिए आप तैयारी करो, तो नोट्स कंसाइज करना सुपर इम्पोर्टेंट है. एंड प्रैक्टिस अ लॉट ऑफ MCQs, दैट्स ऑल, जिससे कि बज़वर्ड्स कैच कर सको. एंड पैथोलॉजी, देवेश सर, आई एम अगेन सेइंग कि आप अभी भी चेंज कर सकते हो, बिकॉज ही स्ट्रेस ऑन बज़वर्ड्स, so that will really help you a lot. Yeah,
Exactly.
MKT,
That is the key.
MER, BTR या anything. पहले MER, BTR करो, फिर MKT का टाइम मिले तो वो कर लेना. So I guess that was a nice live session with Dr. Mansir. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for calling.
Rank 174 in Neet PG 2023, and heartiest congratulations.
Thank you.
And any last minute tip you want to say, or any last minute message, motivation?
Study consistently. You can do it. I, from a private college, 25,000 are in UG. Then with all the confusion that we won't be eligible to give the exam, we got eligible on 7th of Feb. 9th of Feb, I filled my form. And 5th of March, we gave the exam in a month which has 28 days. So if this is possible, then everything is possible. And then you can do it. Be it, are you from a peripheral college? Are you from a private college? You are from a good college? Everywhere it is possible. You have the resources, and just keep revising and just be consistent. Make a group of 3-4 people. 3-4 is more than sufficient. Your job is to make the other person pass, and the other person's job is to make you pass. So you keep each other motivated.
I also in my recent post written like कि friend होना चाहिए यार. मतलब minimum one friend should be there जो बहुत supportive हो, right?
And Bhikam was there and Bhikam did, and you don't have to be jealous with that person. Even if he's scoring more than you consistently, or you are scoring less, or whatever, don't. The core group, you should not be jealous with your core group. That is very important.
Like my friend was
seats hai?
So yeah.
Or there are a lot of seats. You have 5,000 seats at least, which will get you a college. More than sufficient.
So I'll close this live session, and thank you so much to everyone for joining, and I hope so.
Thank you so much.
थोड़ा बहुत मोटिवेशन होगा सबके लिए. या देवेश सर की वीडियोस ना यूट्यूब पे नहीं है, यूट्यूब पे कम वीडियोस हैं. कोलैबोरेशन देन कंपटीशन. ओके, देवेश सर की वीडियोस आर नॉट लाइक ऑल ऑन यूट्यूब. थोड़ा टेलीग्राम से देख लेना, नहीं तो उनकी ऐप भी बाय कर लेना, है ना. एंड उनके नोट्स तो अवेलेबल है इधर टेलीग्राम पे इजीली. या इट वाज अ रियल इंटरव्यू, जस्ट प्लान्ड 15 मिनट्स पहले. क्योंकि मुझे खुद को भी लाइव मैंने 30 मिनट्स पहले प्लान किया, 15 मिनट्स पहले इनको कॉल किया एंड प्लान हो गया. So I'll close this live session, and thank you so much again, and heartiest congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am, for having me here. It has been a dream to do this. Thank you so much, ma'am.
How you utilize my guidance? I want to ask that also.
I used to do all the PYQs, and I used to do everything that you used to put. Matlab, I have followed you and Zainab ma'am blindly, specifically in the last 1 month, and that changed everything. So just do that. And make any mentor, make a mentor and trust them. If somebody is putting out content, if a majority of the chunk is following them, they know what they're doing. So have that belief that ye hai. And trust me, Zainab ma'am, Aditya Gupta, Aditya sir, they know what they're doing. So just follow them और हो जाएगा. 25,000 से 174 आ जाएगी.
इवन रैंक 1 भी आ सकती है अब तो मुझे लग रहा है इन्हीं सेट विल बी लाइक किलर
My God. This is.
इंक्लूड फर्स्ट एड यू विल डू और ज्यादा अच्छा
I just after my NEET PG, the second day after NEET PG, I went and I bought first aid. So first aid is very nice. I'm reading it right now. It's very nice.
it's really good. Thank you so much all for joining, and I'm closing this live. I know I don't know how to close also. Ruko.